How much data really is there on your credit card, and what happens to it when you make a payment? You may be aware of the more visible components, such as the primary account number, or what is referred to as the PAN, the cardholder name, an expiration date, a CID number on the front of the card if it's an American Express card, or a CVV or CVC number on the back, which is also known by multiple other acronyms depending on the card brand you are holding. There is also a magnetic stripe on the back, which contains 2 tracks of data. Track 1 contains all the fields of Track 1 and Track 2 and is up to 79 characters long. Track 2 provides for shorter processing time for older dial-up transmissions and is up to 40 characters long. What is interesting is what is and isn't allowed to be done with that data if your merchant is PCI DSS compliant. For example, the PAN is permitted to be stored, but the data must be rendered unreadable under PCI DSS requirement 3.4. You can store the cardholder's name and expiration date, but full track data, the CVV or CVC, and the PIN or PIN block are considered to be sensitive authentication data, and those components cannot be stored after authorization. So ask yourself, is the person taking your credit card number over the phone actually PCI DSS compliant? Did you just hear a message saying that the call will be recorded prior to speaking to an agent, and then that agent asks you for your card number and CVC on the back of the card? Did they pause the recording before they did that? If not, the CVC was technically recorded, and as a result, the transaction was not PCI DSS compliant. Personally, I've had to ask or request agents to pause the recording myself so that the sensitive authentication data wasn't recorded, only to be told sometimes they weren't aware of how to do that. That's a concern. The track data also contains a component of sensitive authentication data, which is why full track data cannot be stored after authorization. Interestingly, track equivalent data can be found on the EMV chip on cards today, but that differs from the track data on the magnetic stripe, as the chip data contains a unique chip CVV or CVC code. PCI DSS has a range of requirements in place to protect cardholder data that is transmitted, stored, and processed. So would you want to be dealing with somebody that wasn't PCI DSS compliant at a minimum if you were planning on handing over that data to someone to process a transaction for you? Now here's a question for you maths enthusiasts out there. What algorithm could be used to check to see if the credit card number may be fraudulent? Post your answers below as a comment and you get extra points for a simple explanation of it. Once again, if you have any questions you want answered, please feel free to post a comment or get in touch with us, and we'll try and make it a subject of a later episode. Thanks for watching.